Hello, hello. Are you tired of discounting your accounting services and you wonder what to do? Well, this is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, and I want to say there is absolutely a downside when you go ahead and you discount your service. And a lot of times it's done very, very quickly when you're in that initial consultation with someone who's looking to engage your services, or maybe even when you're talking with a current client about raising their fees and charging them more. You get intimidated, it throws you off, and you go ahead and lower your rates. And as a result of that, it just removes some of that pressure, takes away some of the tension. But have you ever thought about the underlying message that you're giving behind the discount? And what does that really say? And that's part of what I want to focus on is, what does it mean when you actually discount your services? What is it telling the clients about your firm's services? And also give you some options to be able to correct that and have a better response instead. So let me tell you what some of the underlying messages are, or the downside to discounting your accounting firm services. The first thing has to do with emphasis, because discounting highlights the price rather than the value of engaging your firm's services. You're talking with people that might be price sensitive. They want as much as they can possibly get from you, but they also are aiming to pay as little as they possibly can to your firm. And you want to think about, is price what you really want to emphasize about why someone ought to engage your services or move on in another direction? And if price is the only differentiator, then that creates another problem. You want to have something else that really grabs the attention of why a particular client ought to move forward and engage your services, as opposed to the fact that you are the lowest price person out there that gave them a quote. So that is something first, is to think about what it is that you're emphasizing. And then the second part of this is to consider the impression, because first impressions are lasting impressions, and they are very, very hard to change those first impressions. So do your clients associate you with low rates? And something to think about if you're saying yes to that, studies reveal that when clients pay a higher fee for a service, even if it's the same exact service that you would be doing at a lower rate, then they actually have higher expectations and they feel that they're getting more value from it. Nothing changes except for the fee that they're paying. When they pay a higher fee, they have higher expectations and they actually feel that they're getting a better value. So does the thought of clients maybe having higher expectation feel like it excites you, or does it intimidate you? And that is something to think about also. The fourth thing about discounting your rates is lowered profits, because by lowering your rates, you are reducing your profit margin. And maybe you aren't even breaking even. It could be that you're giving a discounted fee, but you realize that once you start working with client, the scope is a lot more than what you expected, but you don't want to go back and tell them that they have to pay more. So you just absorb it. And now you might actually be in the red with some of your clients, as opposed to having them be profitable. So once again, realize lowered fees means lower profit margin. Okay, I want to give you now some alternatives, but some of the problems or the downside is, what is it that you're emphasizing? Are you emphasizing price over value? First impressions, you're setting expectations, and also it lowers your profit margin. Okay, so what are some alternatives to discounts? Well, you could give people a prepay option where they have an incentive to pay you in full before they start the engagement with you. That is something to think about, is you can go ahead and change the price for pay in full, as opposed to someone who is paying you in arrears or pay as you go. The second thing is that you can offer packages, because instead of offering a la carte services, that long laundry list of all the different things you can do for something, you can create packages which bundle certain services together. And as a result of that, as you become more efficient with the things in that package, you become more profitable. It's no longer about time. It is more about deliverables. So once again, think about packaging or bundling your services. And the other thing, by doing that, it might actually increase the transaction size of a client, which would increase the value of a client. The third thing to look at is time-sensitive offerings. And this applies to accounting firms because there is some seasonality. If you find that you have ups and downs in your cash flow, then you might want to offer some type of limited time special for those slower months that you have. So think about that. Is there a particular service that you would like to have a limited time offer that you can do during the slower months? And that would just bring in some more cash and a couple more clients when you have more capacity for that. The other thing is your current clients. Is it possible that some of your current clients might need some additional services from you? They don't even know that they need those things or how it would make a difference, or that you can offer those things. And maybe you've had clients that have gone outside for something when you know that you could have done it yourself, but they just didn't realize that. So possibly look at your current clients and see if there's ways that you might be able to serve them better at a higher level or increase the value of a client somehow. And the last one is loss leader. And once again, think about, is there some seasonality in your business, or maybe you want to have an introductory special? And by doing that, it allows people to come in at a lower risk opportunity, especially for new clients. But once they are enrolled, they have that one-time special, then you are engage them at your regular rates. It's not an ongoing thing that is for the rest of the time that you're servicing them. It's for a particular service, it's for a limited time, and then they roll into your regular services. So those are some of the alternatives to discounting your rates, is offering a prepay option, packaging your services into bundles that are outcome-based as opposed to time-specific, offering a time-sensitive offering, looking at your current clients and seeing if you can raise the value of a current client, also considering an introductory special or a loss leader. And once again, if you are discounting your services, consider why you are offering them a discount. Is it because maybe you feel pressure to do that? You don't really know how to respond when someone's asking for a discount. So become aware of that, because that awareness might help to lead to a solution also. But whatever the reason, discounting your services has a downside. It impacts your business. I gave you 4 reasons as to how it could impact your business. It also is possibly attracting a price-sensitive client. And do you really enjoy working with those clients who want to pay you as little as possible and are extremely price sensitive? When you're discounting your services, you might not feel good about it afterwards. It lowers your confidence. So we want to get away from that and really have you connect with the value, have you know how to be able to respond to it, and really own the difference that you make for your clients, because you deserve to be paid fees that reflect the value that you bring to the table for your clients, the difference that you make for them, in order to be able to up-level your services and work with a better client. If that's something that interests you, you want to start to find out more about that, then I have a resource called Get Paid What You're Worth. You can go to businesssuccesssolution.com/worth, get that free resource on how to be able to get paid what you're worth, set fees that reflect the value, and some of these concepts that I mentioned are taught right in that free resource. Please let me know what resonated with you, what it is that you need more information on how to be able to move your firm forward, have you set fees that reflect the value of your services, working with better quality clients. I look forward to hearing from you. Lauren Fogelman, showing firm owners how to double their revenues, working half the time.